All right, we are on to part 2 of lesson 2, page 103. If you are not there, make sure you get on page 103 now. We are writing fractions as percents. Fractions as percents, that's our objective today. And they start us off here at about midsection of page 103. It says write the fraction 6/8 as a percent. And our example, they have us go to 100. So first we had to reduce down. Zoom in a little bit. First we simplified by find the greatest common factor, which was 2, and they divided the top and bottom by 2, which they don't show you, and I don't like that. That gave us 3/4. Now we take 3/4 and we get it up to 100 times 25, what you do on the bottom, do on the top, and that's how they got 75 out of 100. So 75 out of 100, or 75%, is shaded. All right, let's try this got it problem on our own. We have 9/12 that we can't do anything with, but I know that 3 goes into both those. Let's think easy numbers. Let's divide by 3 and see what happens. On the top and bottom, and we would get 3/4. Our goal is to get to 100. Let's think money. Let's think quarters. How many quarters to get to 100? How many quarters get to 100? 4. So what you do on the bottom, times it by a quarter on the top, and 3/4 on the top would give you 75 cents, or 75. So how much is shaded? 75%. Because percents are always out of 100. All right, I know this is a little bit difficult for you because you have to divide down and then multiply up. It's a 2-step problem, and then understand that anything over 100, that's your percentage, okay? So hang in there if you're struggling a little bit. All right, Mitch made 12 out of 40 shots during a championship game. What percent of his shots did he make? So here they show us that they simplified by dividing by 4. And it says it off to the right here in your book, but it's really light in mine. So they divided by 4 on the top and the bottom. That's how they got 3/10. Then they took 3/10 and they want to get to 100. That's their goal. So 10 times 10 is 100. What they do on the bottom, they did on the top. So what percent did he make? He was 30%. He made 30% of his shots. All right, Anna spelled 19 out of 25 words correctly. Now this one we don't really have to go down because I know that I can get from 25 to 100. 25 is a quarter, right? And how many of those makes $1 or makes 100? 4. What I do on the bottom, I just got to do on the top. So 19 times 4, I'm going to do off to the side. $76. So what percent does she spell correctly? Any number over 100, that is your percent. So it is 76%. So I'm going to write it over here, 76%. So you don't always have to go down and then go up. It depends. If you can make it to 100, then do it as 100. Okay? All right, write each percent. Let's go to our guide to practice. Write each percent as a fraction in simplest form. Simplest always means that we reduce. So 15%, it's always out of what? Percents are always out of, good, 100. I'm going to reduce by 5 because I know that 5 goes into 15 and 100. 5 goes into 15 how many times? 5, 10, 15. 3. 5 goes into 100 how many times? Good, 20. So my answer is 3/20. 80%, 80 out of 100. Well, let's reduce this by 10 because that seems really easy. Divide by 10 on the top and bottom. How many times does 10 go into 80? How many times does 10 go into 100? Good, 10. How about 33? How about 33%? 33 over 100. This is one of those that you can't reduce. 33, 66, those are two percentages that you cannot reduce, so it's just gonna be 33 out of 100. And honestly, that's just one that you'll learn over time of doing it over and over and over again. 33% cannot be reduced. All right, now, write each fraction as a percent, use a model if needed. So 3/10. One, two, three. Now, if each of these were 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, how much is this? 30, right? So it's 30%. 3 out of 20. Well, let's get it to 100. How many, 20 times what is 100? What you do on the bottom? Do on the top. 5 times 3. 15. If you didn't like this modeling over here, you could have done that as well. Get to 100. That's the main thing. If you get to 100, you got it made. 10 times 10 is 100. What you do on the bottom, do on the top. 10 times 3 would have been 30. So if you like that method better, do it that way. That works just fine. The object is to get it to 100. So 5, let's get 5 to 100. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't finish this one. 15 over 100, that's 15%. All right, how do we get from 5 to 100? Times 20, what you do on the bottom, you do on the top. 20 times 2, 40, so what is our percent? 40%. Anything over 100. Elsa ran 7 out of 10 days. What percent of the days did she run? 7 out of 10. Our object is to get to 100. How do we get there? 10 times 10. What you do on the bottom? Good. Do on the top. So what's her percentage that she ran? 70%. So as long as you get these to 100, that is your main goal of the day. All right? I want you to rate yourself, see how confident you are about this. I know it's a little fuzzy. We're going to go over it some more in small groups, and I will call you over if you need some help. Let me know. Remember, the object is to get to 100. Any number over 100, that is your percent. If you can get this over 100, your answer is right there, 70%. 40 over 100, 40%. 15 over 100, 15%. Get that over 100 and you got it made. All right, if you are comfortable, go on to page 105 and do your independent practice. If not, call me over now. Let me know where you're struggling and what you're not getting or what you need help with, and I'm happy to help you any way I can. Make it a great day.